6:20 now. You know, when a person goes through a life-threatening experience, it's likely they'll take steps to avoid coming close to that kind of danger again.
But when Eva Murray's life was threatened in a freak accident, a plane crash, she decided to overcome her fears by jumping right into the cockpit and taking control herself.
20565, back taxi on runway 21, Knox County.
On a clear, calm day in Knox County, there's a good chance you'll find Eva Murray at the local airport, readying a Cessna for a flight lesson with Penobscot Island Air, an activity she had no interest in getting involved in 4 years ago.
It sounds kind of dumb to say, you know, I didn't start out planning to get a pilot's license, but I kind of got hooked.
A native of Matinicus Isle, 20 miles off the coast of Rockland, Eva travels by plane to the mainland several times a month on business. One afternoon in July of 2011, Eva boarded a routine flight off the island, but minutes after takeoff, a malfunction forced the plane down into the sea.
It was kind of like a disconnect. It didn't make sense to me. This can't really be happening. Next thing I knew, I was underwater.
All 4 passengers on the small plane survived the crash and clung to a piece of floating luggage until they were rescued by local lobstermen a short time later. Eva was then life-flighted to Maine Medical Center in Portland and treated for head trauma. But even after the accident, never getting on a plane again wasn't an option.
I was always able to get on the plane and do what I needed to do, but my stomach was a knot, and other people noticed that in me more than I noticed it.
Friends suggested that Eva take flight lessons, believing that getting to know the mechanics of the plane would help her overcome the anxiety.
What I really wanted was for flying to go back to being fun.
And after almost 3 years of learning to fly, it's become a passion. As Eva puts it, sitting in the pilot seat is what healed her after the crash.
So it's almost like my whole brain gets a break from even thinking about any of that. It's like, you know, you only think about what you're doing right now, and it's kind of a relief.
Eva is always ready to go flying any good day that we have. I'm always getting a phone call or an email if she's out on the island. Hey, can we go flying today?
And while Eva wouldn't call the accident she experienced a good thing after all, it was the start of something wonderful.
I wouldn't trade this.
Now, Eva has double the amount of logged flight hours required by the FAA to test for her private pilot's license, but she says she wants to take a few more lessons before she makes her check ride.
A tough cookie, and she kind of is very nonchalant about it all, really, but you know, it's a good example.
She just discovered something she loved out of a situation that was horrifying. So I think now she just wants to focus on that part of her life.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. And we'll be right back with David Bowie's biggest fan.